children's mealtime tantrums, a psychological and nutritional approach. Mealtime in every home is not just about eating food, it is about emotions, bonding, culture, and family connection. But for many parents, especially mothers, mealtimes become stressful because of child tantrums, refusal to eat, or endless bargaining for junk food. Hi, I'm Dr. Aqsa, a developmental psychologist and a human lifespan nutritionist. I often meet parents worried about mealtime battles, refusal to eat, crying, bargaining for junk food, or prolonged fussing at the table are common. These tantrums are not just about food, they reflect developmental needs, emotional growth, and family dynamics. Today, let's understand why tantrums happen, how they change with age, and how mother can respond using psychology and nutrition, and most importantly, how to use positive parenting pathway to build lifelong healthy food habits. Why do mealtime tantrums happen? The psychological pathway. Tantrums are not just about food, they are simply a child's way of communicating needs, testing of boundaries, or showing independence. Early childhood would start from 3 years and continue till approx 6 years. At this age, children seek autonomy. I want to do it myself. Refusing food becomes a way to show control. At age 3, children are learning independence. Refusal food is their way of saying, I want control. They also have a natural preference for sweet and salty taste. Limited vocabulary means they often cry or throw tantrums when they cannot express what they want. In middle childhood, which start from 6 years and continue till 9 years, peer influence begins. My friend does not eat vegetables. Children start reasoning but may still negotiate with tantrums. Emotional state effects, appetite, stress, or comparison at school can reduce willingness to eat. Studies highlights that pressure or force feeding reduce appetite regulation. Here, peers and friends start influencing food choices. Children may say, my friend does not eat vegetables, so why should I? They are capable of reasoning but still act emotionally. Stress or comparison at school may also reduce appetite. Late childhood starts from 9 years, continue till 12 years. Identity formation. Food choices linked to self-image, media, peers, and body image pressure strongly influence eating pattern. Tantrums may look like, I don't want homemade food, I want fast food. The real fact, brain development in this stage increase reward sensitivity. Junk food lights up the brain dopamine pathway. Food at this stage is tied to self-image and peer acceptance. They may rebel against home food, demand for fast food, or skip meals. Media and body image pressures make the problem worse. So, parents do remember that tantrums are not always about rejecting food, they are about attention, autonomy, and identity. So, talking about psychological pathway. Tantrums is equal to autonomy, attention, and identity. In this specific series, why do mealtime tantrum happens? The psychological pathway. Let's discuss what actually parents face, why these tantrum happens. When children throw tantrums around food, they are usually communicating one of the three: the need for autonomy, the need for attention, or the need to express identity. Understanding which need is driving the behavior change how we respond, and that's the key to turning battles into bonding. Autonomy. What autonomy means? I want to choose, control something. From around age 2 onwards, children begin to test limits and want to do things by themselves. Food is one of the few domains where a small child can use real control. Saying no to food, refusing to sit, or throwing a spoon can be less about the food itself and more about claiming independence. Let's understand this process thoroughly through developmental aspect. At the age of early childhood, when the child is about 2 to 6 years, autonomy seeks is the strongest. Toddlers want to feed themselves and make choices. Middle childhood, when your child is at 6 to 9 years old, they still value choices. How food is served, portion size matters. Late childhood, autonomy shift to bigger decisions, what and when to eat, but the underlying drive is the same. Tantrums equals to autonomy mean child refuse when parents insist. You must finish your dal, but will accept a smaller portion or different preparation. Pushing away a spoon after being told how to eat. Repeated, I want to do it myself. Behavior like pull plate, want to feed, wants to pour, how to respond in the moment. Don't ask your child that, do you want anything to eat? Instead of that, ask specific things or offer controlled choices. Do you want roti or paratha? Give them a specific choices. A mother or caregiver may ask to child, I'll put 2 small pieces on your plate. If you want more, tell me. Or be specific. Ask child that you can feed yourself. I'll sit with you while you try. Give them options. Let them decide for themselves. Use small portion and allow the child to ask for more. Let them do safe task. Wash a tomato. Mix a raita. Arrange chapati slices on plates. Teach and practice. I choose language and turn taking during family meal role play. Attention. What attention seeking means? At this moment, child want that look at me or notice me. Food and meal routines are emotionally rich context. A child who feel ignored or displaced, maybe due to new sibling, or anxious, may use a tantrum to get forced attention, even if it is negative. Scolding still counts as attention. Let's understand this better through developmental aspect. Across age, attention seeking persists but the form changes. Young children cry loudly, older children may sulk or create drama. School age kids may show attention behaviors related to changes at school or home. This may happen only when adults look away or busy. Sudden mealtime drama following a family changes. It is due to presence of a new sibling or maybe parents working late or child failed after being ignored. See, child uses mealtime as a stage and sometimes they throw foods when guests arrive to get everyone's eyes on him. So it is very specific that child do such behavior just to get attention. Identity. What identity related tantrum means? This is who I am, who I want to be. Food is symbolic. As children grow, they ties food choices to identity, cultural, social, peer group identity, or body image identity. Refusing traditional food for cool packaged snacks can be a statement about belonging or independence. Understand it better through developmental aspects. At later childhood, peer norms begin to shape preferences. Identity becomes central. Child feels that I only eat the same my friend eat. I want pizza like my friend or something. It may urge for body image driven for later life. The child use food choices to align with peers. All my friends eat fast food or packaged drinks or reject family culture. I don't want to eat because I am no more a kid. Dramatic rejections tied to social circles or media influence. This may continue in later life and child in his later years use of food choices to assist a new self-image, dieting, skipping meals, etc. Now the question arises how to tell which pathway is driving the tantrum. So dear parents, please make and observe during the next meal time. Does the child calm down when offered a choice? Likely autonomy. Does tantrum happen mostly when adults are busy or after a loss of attention? Likely attention seeking. Is the refusal tied to peers, image, or being like others? Likely identity. So, in a very simpler manner, we can understand that autonomy, when a 3-year child throws a spoon when told to eat, how to respond? Offer spoon or give them two choices, either eat with fingers or with spoon. Respecting small choices reduce power fights. Attention. When a 6-year-old starts crying at dinner, if the mother is busy on the phone. In case of identity, when a 12-year-old rejects home food for fast food fit in. Response. Invite them to co-create a healthy fast food night where family experiments home food, homemade burgers, pizzas are served. Let me share a clinical observation. What parents says during clinical session. Case 1 is related to early childhood when the child is about 2 to 6 years. A mother tells us, my 3-year-old throws the plate if I give him dal chawal, but he happily eats biscuits. This is normal at this stage. Tantrums are about control. The child does not have words to express choices at this stage, 2 to 6 years. So, refusal becomes their language. Also, biologically, children at this age prefer sweet and salty foods. Another case is related to middle childhood, where the child is about 6 to 9 years. A 9-year-old refuses vegetables in his tiffin. When asked why, he says, "My best friend only brings parathas and chips, so I don't like my food." Here's to understand peer influence and social comparison driven tantrum. Food become a social symbol, not just nutrition. Late childhood, 9 to 12 years, a 12-year-old girl refuses home-cooked sabji and says, "I want pizza like my friends. I don't want to eat roti anymore." At this stage, food choices are linked to identity, independence, and even body image. Junk food is attractive because it is marked as cool and modern. So, tantrums are different at every stage, but the underlying message: children use food to express emotion, autonomy, and identity. Managing anger in children. Understanding child's brain. Reactive brain versus thinking brain. Understanding anger and emotional growth in children. Moving further, let's understand why children get anger easily and how parents can manage it practically by understanding how the brain develops in childhood. When a child is shout, hits, or throws things, it's not always bad behavior. Often, it's the reactive brain taking control, the part that works on impulse or habit, not logic. Our goals as parents and teachers is to help the child shift from the reactive brain to thinking brain. The reactive brain works automatically and emotionally, controls fight, flight, or freeze responses. Very active in early childhood. Imagine when we suddenly touch something hot, we pull our hand back without a second. No thinking needed, a quick reaction, or the message that our mind forward through body. In the same manner, in children, this is why they shout, cry, or hit when frustrated. They are reacting, not thinking. On the other hand, the thinking brain develops later with maturity and guidance. Helps in decision making, problem solving, empathy, and emotional control. Needs practice, calm environment, and modeling from adults. Just an example: when an older child feels angry but takes a deep breath and says, "I need a break," that's the thinking brain in action. Brain and age development at different stages. Early childhood, 2 to 6 years. Reactive brain dominates. Children can't express feelings well, so they throw tantrums. Fight, flight responses is natural. They cry, hit, or run away. What's the solution? Stay calm. Don't shout back. Name their emotion. You are angry because your toy broke. Give them choices. Do you want to fix it or play with another toy? Routine and love give them a sense of safety. Middle childhood, where the child is about 6 to 9 years, thinking brains start developing. Children begin to understand causes and effect. Still, anger comes when they feel unheard or compared. Solution is teach pause techniques. When you feel angry, count to 10. Discuss feelings about the outburst, not during. Model problem solving. What else could we have done instead of shouting? Praise calm behavior. It strengthens the thinking brain. Late childhood, when a child is between 6 to 9 years, thinking brain is still maturing, hormones make emotion stronger, peer pressure adds to stress. Solution is engaging your child in journaling, sports, and creative outlets. Teach them body awareness, how anger feels, tight chest, fast heartbeat. Introduce cool down plans, walking away, deep breathing, or talking later. Please do avoid power struggles talk after the child calm down. Now a very common question arises when a child is not eating proper food in manner to complete their nutrition and developmental growth. What really happens? So in such cases, what we observe that parents force them to eat or feed their child just to practice their daily routine or to fulfill their everyday activity. But do you ever think what actually happens when children are forced to eat using fear or threats? Many parents worried when their child refuses food out of frustration. They may try to force the child to eat something by scolding, threatening, even fighting with them. But what really happens inside the child's body and mind when mealtime becomes stressful? As a developmental psychologist and a human lifespan nutritionist, in this session I will explain the psychological and physiological ways for long-term impact of force feeding, and most importantly I'll share healthy strategies to encourage eating without fear. Let's understand the basic concept of process related to physiology of stress, the fight flight response. When a child is forced to eat through fear or threat, their body activates the stress response system. This is often called the fight or flight reaction. When a child gets angry or scared, their reactive brains triggers a stress alarm. Their heart races, muscles tense, they are ready to fight. The child yell, hit, or flight means they run away. The brain signals the adrenal glands to release adrenaline or cortisol. Heart's rate increase, digestion slow down, and blood is diverted away from the stomach towards muscles. This means the child's digestive system is literally shut down at very moment you ask them to eat. So even if the food goes in, their body is not ready to process it well. On the other hand, the body has a natural relaxation response when a child feels safe, calm, and supported. In this stage, digestion is active, saliva and enzyme flows properly. Meal became not only physically nourishing but also emotionally safe. Healthy eating can only happen in this relaxed state. Physiological impact of force feeding. Over time, repeated force feeding can cause poor digestion, increased risk of nausea, vomiting, or stomachache during meals, disturbed hunger and fullness signal. Children may lose the natural ability to know when they are hungry or when they are satisfied. Eating become linked with fear, guilt, or shame. instead of comfort and pleasure. Children may develop tantrums, avoidance, or secretive eating habits. In such cases, it may lead the foundation for disorder such as eating disorder patterns later in life. So, overeating, emotional eating, or even eating disorder. When a child forced to eat, this situation creates psychological stress. The child feels pressured, anxious, or fearful. The sympathetic nervous system SNS, the fight or flight system, became active. When stress occurs, the SNS becomes dominant. SNS activation, stress at mealtime, when the child feels forced or controlled, the body reacts it as threats or stress. Physiological effects, heart rate high and breathing increase. Body gets ready for fight or flight. Muscles tension increase. Child may resist, cry, or refuse food. Digestion slow down or stop. Blood flows move away from the stomach to muscles and brain. Hormones inhibit appetite and digestion. Even if the food is offered, the child's body is not ready to digest. Eating under stress may cause nausea, stomach pain, PNS activation, calm and connection. When the mealtime is relaxed, supportive, and pressure free, the parasympathetic nervous system PNS, the rest and digest system, becomes active. Once the stress is gone, the PNS takes over to calm the body. Physiological effect, heart rate and breathing slow down, digestion improve, saliva, stomach, acid and enzymes increase. Child feels safe and connected, lead to natural hunger and willingness to eat. The child can enjoy the meal, digest food well and develop positive eating habit. So, when a child is forced to eat, the stress response SNS override the digestive system PNS, making eating unpleasant and biological ineffective. For healthy eating habits, mealtime should promote PNS activation, calm, safety, and connection. Understanding the biology of hunger, how it really works. When it comes to eating, our body, not just our mind, decide when to eat and when to stop. Two main hormones play a key role in this process, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, where it comes from. The stomach releases ghrelin when it's empty. What it does? It sends a signal to the brain saying, I am hungry, find food. Its effect is to increase appetite, make food look and smell more tempting. Just an example, imagine a child who just finished playing outside for an hour. Their stomach is empty. Ghrelin levels rise. The child naturally feels hunger and asks for food. This is a true biological hunger urge. Leptin, fullness hormone, where it comes from. The fat cells, adipose tissues, produce leptin. What it does? It tells the brain that the body has enough energy and can stop eating. What does it affect? It reduces appetite and increase satisfaction after a meal. Just an example, the same child eat calmly, enjoy the meal and after some time says, I am full. Here, leptin does its job. It signals satisfied. The child's body is self-regulating hunger and fullness. When forcing to eat, disturb the balance. If a child is forced to eat despite being full, the natural leptin, I'm full, signal is ignored. Over time, the child may stop trusting their body hunger and fullness. This can lead to emotional eating, overeating, and secretive eating later in life because food become linked to control, not comfort. When parents respect hunger signal in child, if parent trust the child's signal, the child learn to listen to their body. Ghrelin and leptin stays in balance. Mealtime becomes safe, enjoyable, and biological attuned. Tips for feeding healthy. As parents and caregivers, here are some healthy alternatives. Respect hunger signal. Allow children to decide when and how much to eat. Make mealtime positive. Talk about interesting things, not food pressure. Offer variety without force. Keep presenting healthy options, even if they refuse. Involve children. Let them help in grocery shopping or cooking. This increases interest in food. As I always recommended, model healthy eating. Children copy what they see, not what they are told. Forcing a child to eat through fear or threats may fill the stomach, but it empties the thirst and damage health. A relaxed, safe environment is the foundation of both nutrition and emotional well being. Let's replace fear with patience and threats with encouragement. Because healthy eating starts with a healthy relationship with family. So, till now we discuss all facts and figures about force eating, tantrums, and now the nutritional needs requirements as per ICMR RDA 2024. Now, while psychology explains the why not force eating, why tantrum happens, in the same manner, nutrition focus on what. So let's see what children actually needed to explore the nutritional concept and understand it through different stages of childhood.
Let's understand the basic nutritional needs of children according to their age. Small children from 1 to 3 years need around 1100 calories every day with about 12.5 grams of protein. They also need about 500 milligrams of calcium and 8 milligrams of iron for strong bones and healthy blood. Preschool children from 4 to 6 years need around 1360 calories, 16 grams of protein, about 550 milligrams of calcium, and 11 milligrams of iron. Early school children from 6 to 9 years needs around 1700 calories, 23 grams of protein, 650 milligrams of calcium and 15 milligrams of iron. In the 10 to 12 years age group, boys needs about 2220 calories, whereas girls need about 2060 calories. Both need around 32 grams of protein and 850 milligrams of calcium to support bone and muscles growth. In the teen years from 13 to 15 years, the body needs increase rapidly. Boys require about 2860 calories and 45 grams of protein, whereas girls need around 2400 calories and 43 grams of protein. Both need 1000 milligrams of calcium for strong bones. Iron is also very important, about 22 milligrams for boys and 30 milligrams for girls per day. So remember, as children grow, their energy, protein, calcium, and iron needs keep increasing to support healthy growth and development.
Practical parenting strategies and tips to sustain nutritional benefits. Do not allow frequent snacks. A 4-year-old is allowed to eat biscuits or chips every hour. Their natural hunger is gone. They will never be feel hungry for dal or rice. Structured meals are the key. Structure meals like 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch or dinner. If need, allow 1 or 2 healthy snacks filling the gap. Remember, offer only fruit or nuts between meals in a very limited amount. Fixed mealtime trains the body hunger clock. Make mealtime fun and creative. A child rejecting plain roti may happier to eat it as a smiley or pizza size or with vegetables. Strategies: use food art, colorful plates, or make them to understand the benefit of healthy eating in the form of short and creative story. Just an example, these carrots help you to see in the dark like superhero. Involve your child in basic and simple food preparation, especially on weekend. Just an example, a 7-year-old girl who refused salad start eating it after she helps cut cucumber and decorate the plate. So let's involve your child in the small preparation of food. Let them involve and wash the vegetables, stir dal, or roll the small chapatis. Psychology shows that children are more likely to eat food they helped prepare. This also builds responsibility and confidence. Avoid using devices during meals. A 6-year-old eat only if a cartoon is playing. This is disconnecting brain from hunger signal. TV and mobile phones distract children from recognizing when they are full and when not. Research shows distracted children tend to overeat later, leading to obesity. So, make meal time about family, not screen. Encourage physical activity. A child who plays, runs, and sweats will naturally eat better. At least 60 minutes of activity or physical activity daily is recommended. Nutrition and exercise go hand in hand. As an example, a 10-year-old who play cricket daily comes home hungry and eat whatever is served. Ensure at least 60 minutes of physical activity. Running, cycling, skipping, outdoor play, sports, and many more. Avoid negative conversation during mealtime. If mealtime becomes about scolding, comparison, or tension, appetite goes down. Keep conversations light, loving, and positive. A child scold for marks or not finishing their homework during dinner at eating table may push away food, stress, suppress appetite. Parents must consider it to keep dining table conversation light and supportive. Parents do not reward food to feed them. Never ever reward your child to feed. Instead of that, appreciate them with praise and positive phrase. Parents must avoid saying, if you finish vegetable, I will give you chocolate. Instead, reward with praise, words, or playtime or creative activities. What actually happens? Just an example, if a mother asks a child that if you eat bhindi, I'll give you ice cream. Here's child brain automatically create association that bhindi the punishment, and ice cream the reward. And this teaches them to value junk food more in their later life and practice in their day to day life. So, the strategy is just to praise a child by saying, I love how you tried 2 bites today. Praise efforts, do not focus on finishing the whole plate. It's okay sometimes not to finish the whole plate. Remember, taste buds change. Every 2 to 3 years, children's taste preferences change. Today, no to some food item may become tomorrow yes. Keep reintroducing foods gently without pressure. 5-year-old rejecting to eat spinach may accept it at the age 7 when offered again in a different form. Parents try to reintroduce foods items gently every few months in a small portion so that child have a variety. Generally in Indian parenting practice we notice that parents or sometimes grandparents often says to child while eating one more bite. Force them to finish the whole plate. So please avoid forcing or overfeeding your child because the research shows that force feeding damage a child's natural hunger regulation. The solution is positive parenting practice and healthy meal time. Respect the child's hunger and satisfy feeling of being full after eating. Provide healthy options. Let them choose. Be a role model. Children copy what parents eat. Try to eat along with them. Focus on building habits, not just forcing or overfeeding them. Mealtime should be a space of connection, learning, and nourishment, not conflict, drama, or aggression. Do remember, handling mealtime tantrums is not about fighting with your child. It is about understanding their psychology, respecting their growth needs, and guiding them with patience and creativity. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode of Handling Children's Mealtime Tantrums, a psychological and nutritional approach. Every tantrum tells a story not of disobedience but of unmet needs and growing emotion. When adults respond with patience, empathy, and understanding, children learn that their feelings are safe and that connection matters more than control. Behind every behavior is a child asking, do you see me? Do you hear me? Do I matter? When parents stay calm, offer choices, and respond with empathy, they nurture not just healthy eating habits but a healthy emotional bond. I'm Dr. Aqsa signing off for the day. Until we meet again, remember, every small step builds a higher, happier childhood. Thank you.